Well, hello out there. Welcome to our new show, More to Digital. I'm your host, Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. Very glad you could join us today. We're excited to have on the program Devin Herz. He joins us from Dynamic Marketing Consultants. Devin, welcome to More to Digital. How are you?
Mary Therese, great to be here, and thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure.
Thank you for sharing your sage advice and knowledge with our viewing audience, because this world of digital marketing is changing so fast. I know you know this firsthand. And let me just start off by saying I think your website is kicking. Awesome sauce. And
thank you.
I would love for you to share with our viewers right off the bat where you think the trends in digital marketing are headed over the next 2 years, because that's one thing that is just changing on a dime.
It really is. And it's something that's a huge topic right now, because it's getting harder and harder to penetrate and get through to your audience on social media. They're charging more. You have less demographics to choose from. For instance, we do some work for a Virginia Beach boat church, and I guess it was last year, we were able to choose demographics that were into religion, Christianity, Christian rock music. They eliminated all that targeting. So between that and just the competition, I believe it's getting harder and harder to really break through the noise on the digital marketing. I still recommend it. I feel you need to be present, but we are really starting to shift back to my roots, which is a lot of tangible marketing with an omni-channel approach tied in with your digital approach. So actual physical mailers going out to target prospects along with that digital aspect.
Oh my gosh, you sound, when you said old school, you sound like you're talking about relationship building. Say it isn't so. Yeah, that stuff really does work. I mean, we know this. But you talked about how we can't pinpoint audiences anymore. Can we talk for just half a second about the future absence of cookies and why people need to care about that? Because, people would see when they go to a website and they'd say, do you accept cookies? And they're like, sure. Most people don't even know what that is. But it's very important that that is being taken away. Can we talk about what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, so the retargeting is going to get more and more difficult. Being able to find people that already been onto your website or followed you on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. So removing that element, now it just becomes harder and harder for us as marketers to retarget the audiences that may be most interested in buying from you. So that approach, I think, is going to be shifting as well. So hopefully there's some new trends, new technologies, and other ways to track people, to potentially stay in front of them. We know that it takes many hits to get a new client on board, and continuing to stay out there in front of them, and having the cookies and being able to retarget was all part of that. So you lose that. Now we got to get creative on how we can actually capture more information and continue to stay out there in front of your audience.
Sometimes that old school stuff really comes back and helps you when you least expect it. So good on you for that. I'm always curious to know, what are your favorite digital platforms that you like to use or that you are encouraging clients to use? Because there's, more channels to use now on social media than you have on a cable box. I mean, remember when we had just the 4 channels?
Right.
And I'm speaking, I could say social media as well. But how do you walk people through what is the best idea for them from your perspective?
Yeah, well, I think before you even look at to what platform you're going to use, you need to build that perfect avatar of your client, who they are. Are they a specific industry, a specific geolocation? What are they doing? Are they a younger demographic, older demographic? Figuring out those key points up front are going to help you figure out what platform to best use. LinkedIn is still business oriented. If you're trying to get out there for brand awareness, Facebook and Instagram are still great, but using things like stories and reels versus just the standard posts and videos. So all that's changing. And then of course, TikTok, that to me, younger demographic, but you do have the older demographic on there as well. So I would say, keeping on the trend for all of those, but understanding who your ideal client is first before you pick a platform.
Oh, you are speaking my lingo there. Yeah, Devin, we are out of time, but I hope that you'll come back, because I've got 6 or 7 more questions I'd like to ask you. I'd like to have a discussion with you about explaining the importance of understanding the network that you're on, because in my world, I like to say all the time, LinkedIn is not Facebook 2.0. That is a business platform. And we know how that gets out of control. So
Yes.
we could have a whole nother discussion about that. But I love what you're doing on your website. I love what you stand for with your company.
Thank
And
you.
thank you for saying yes to More to Digital.
Well, thanks for bringing all the great content to your audience. And if anyone needs any help, we're here for you.
You come back anytime, Devin. Open door policy for you.
Thanks.
Thank you
We
so
appreciate
much.
it. All right. Have a wonderful day.
We have, thank you as well, Devin. And folks, we have so many wonderful opportunities for you to soak in this knowledge. It's free for you. You go and find folks like Devin and all the other wonderful shows and guests that we have right here at dailyatbrief.com. I'm Mary Therese Griffin in Atlanta. We'll see you next time for more to Digital.